Hello, greetings from Ukraine. I am happy to talk to you. Our updates every day, we are facing the threat of drones, ballistic missiles, rockets all over Ukraine. There's no safe place in Ukraine. This is how we live. The first week, this is when the school started. If you want to know how much Russia is spending on attacking Ukraine, if you want to know about students in Russia versus Ukraine, you can watch my previous video. And here I want to tell you about how Russians travel for vacations in the West. What are their options? Russia is not part of EU, is not part of Schengen zone. Russian citizens cannot enter easily into EU. They have to apply for visa. This is very normal process for Russia or any other country, Kazakhstan, I think Turkey. So this is very normal. But after the start of full-scale invasion in September, there were additional restrictions for Russians. The European Council has suspended the short-stay visa facilitation agreement with Russia in mid-September 2022. Short-term travel to Schengen area for all Russian citizens will become more complicated, more expensive and more burdensome and slower. Russian planes cannot fly over Europe. They cannot fly directly from Russia to UK or to European countries. In Ukraine, the airspace is closed. No planes can fly in Ukraine. Ukrainians cannot fly to Europe or anywhere in comparison. And also right now, Russia has up to 80 airports and some of them are closing because of the special military operation and the bombings. So again, can Russian citizens travel to Europe? The vast majority of European Union member states have not closed their borders to Russian travelers and continue to issue visas, including for tourism purposes. In 2022, hundreds of thousands of Russian nationals could enter the EU and thus continue to enjoy full freedom in the European Union. This forced me to ask a question: how he can travel to London or to Paris. If you look at London, just this random website I opened, for example, in October 1st, we see now Russians cannot fly directly, so they have to go through another country, and from Moscow the closest is Turkey or Azerbaijan or Georgia. A flight to London, the cost is around $400 without luggage. Luggage will be about $100. The flight time is much longer. It could take them 1 or 2 days. So here's 12 hours, 23. One day there are about 3 layovers before a Russian gets to London. Here's information about what countries provide visa on arrival for Russian passport holders: Argentina, Azerbaijan, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Georgia, Israel, Hong Kong, Thailand, and many others. And let's see how to fly from Moscow to Israel to Tel Aviv. The cost up to $400. Here's an example that there's a flight from Moscow to Tel Aviv. There's a layover in Yerevan, Armenia, and through Bulgaria, Sofia. But there's a warning that to travel through Bulgaria, you have to have a Bulgarian visa. So let's check what is the cost to go to Israel from, for example, Krakow. Cheap flights from Krakow. So, for example, for Ukrainians, we can travel not from Ukraine. There's nothing to fly with, but we can go to Poland and fly from major airports there. It will take us by bus up to 10 hours to cross the border, and then the flight is about $150 to go to Tel Aviv, direct flight from Poland. Okay, how about from Krakow to London? The cost is $21 and the time is 2.5 hours. Whereas I check all the flights on 1st of October as a baseline. So yeah, so it's up to $400. It's very strange. The prices are kind of the same as to the UK. It's very strange. Okay, his pairs using Serbian Airlines from Moscow to Belgrade. There are direct flights from Moscow to Turkey. Up to $200 to Turkey. And from there you can fly, it's about 5 hours. And from there you can fly to Europe. So most of the flights from the eastern part, from western part of Russia is traveling through Turkey. Video when I talked about schools, I mentioned a school in Bratsk, just as an example. And so how about flying from Bratsk to London? 1st of October. The cost would be... Oh, where is it located? It's close to China. Yeah, so it's about $500 for a flight, and it's going through Krasnoyarsk and Novosibirsk, and then Azerbaijan, Baku, and then to London. The interesting thing is that we know this very well, is that if you are looking for very common things, everything looks just fine, like on Russian websites, and then something very strange comes up, which is things can be very shady on Russian websites. For example, another website with flights, I start seeing multiple flights with the same time, the same airlines. It's repeated, so it makes me scary. At what point there will be something? At one point, my money would disappear. When I enter my credit card information, and here as you can see, very strange information repeating itself. Also, there is a question of how Russians are paying for their international travel with their magical Russian bank cards. They have more serious financial restrictions now, including the type of payments they can make. As I was looking for other flights, there was a city Antalya, and it says the city is in Italy. Well, obviously it's not Italy. I searched, I checked, there's no Antalya city in Italy. So yeah, somebody there in these airlines or on this website is making awful mistakes. Can you imagine flying on a plane like this? Going to Antalya, Italy. Antalya is a city in Turkey. So it all looks all nice, all wonderful, the prices are good, except the city doesn't exist. Where are you actually going? So then I checked really how was the vacation season for Russians this year. I checked Antalya and I looked at a hotel, top pick for solo travelers with good reviews, and I checked at people who were leaving their reviews, and I found only 2 Russians, but more Russian names, so maybe they are leaving comments under another country, like they are pretending to be from another country, because I found Irina and she was from United Kingdom, or Mariana from United Kingdom. But yeah, here in this hotel, people from Canada, from Lebanon, from Netherlands, from Australia, Montenegro, cannot find any Russians vacationing in Antalya, Turkey. Maybe they are all in Antalya, Italy. People from Iraq, people from United Kingdom, from Pakistan. Here's Ina from Russia. Person from Georgia. Yuri. So there are many Russian names, but they are not labeled as Russians here on booking website. Also, I tried to find places to stay in Moscow on booking, but booking doesn't offer this option. But Skyscanner and other international websites very much offer their services in Russia. I see Wizz Air Airlines flying passengers that are coming from Moscow, Azerbaijanese, Turkish Airlines. So yeah, life has been changed for Russians, but I think they still can find a way to have their vacations in Europe. If they have visas, it looks like Europe is giving out visas. But it's possible that they will buy ticket to non-existing city in some strange country. At the same time, Ukrainians cannot fly anywhere for the third year now. Every night just praying for each other. Okay, let's do a vocab. Layover, пересадка, пересадка, пересадка. European Union, Європейський Союз, Європейський Союз. Plane, літак, літак, літак. I fly to European Union with layover. Я лечу в Європейський Союз з пересадками. Я лечу в Європейський Союз з пересадками. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to the channel. Bye.